Kristen, or Houston.
I'm Tanya Rivera, and Two Wants to Know has taken their Q&A live. We are here at the 57th annual holiday blood drive. So come on, let's show you how it works. It's pretty much the same as you get to ask our expert questions. And our expert is Maya Franklin, the regional communications specialist with the American Red Cross. How do you get your question about blood donation to Maya? This is how you do it. You text your question, and that number is 336-379-5775. Remember, this is text only, so please don't call. I'll be taking your text questions to her so you can get your question answered in real time. All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about how when you donate blood here today or anytime when you donate at the Red Cross, how it helps those here at home and how it helps those in the disaster communities.
Yeah, so the Red Cross has a unique ability to be able to provide blood when and where it's needed 24/7. So that means we're meeting the needs of people here at home, here in the North Carolina communities, as well as across the country. So that could be in disaster affected areas like Kentucky. It could also be those facing emergencies in California.
All right, and let's talk about the emergency of a historically low blood supply all over. So what has all factored into this historically low blood supply?
Yeah, during the summer, we're typically challenged by fewer donors coming together. There's a lower donor turnout as people head to the beaches, take some time to go out on vacation, schools are out of session. We're usually able to rebound the blood supply in the fall as high schools and colleges go back to school. However, this year, unfortunately, that didn't happen. So now we're facing a very, very challenging issue where we've reached historically low blood levels. And as we go into the winter and other challenging time, it's very critical for those who are eligible to donate blood to give as soon as possible.
All right, so the next thing that we want to tackle when we're talking about a big thing is who the blood donation actually helps.
Yeah, there are a number of people that blood donations can help. From those who have experienced traumas like car accidents, to mothers who have complications while giving birth, maybe their newborn babies. Also, those individuals who are undergoing chemotherapy may require platelets or other blood products during their treatment.
All right, I think that sometimes people just think it's only like emergency situations, but it's something that it is maintenance for some people to live.
Yeah, like we're talking about sickle cell patients. Some of those individuals may receive transfusion as often as once a month.
Okay, and we want to remind you that normally our text, number is on the side of the screen. We've got it down at the bottom for you, so you can text in your question about blood donation. Again, 336-379-5775. Let's go to this one right here, vaccines and blood donation. So whether you have your vaccine or not, do you need it?
You do not need a vaccine to donate blood. So those individuals who have received a vaccine, when they come to donate blood, we just ask that they know the name of the manufacturer. If they have received the vaccine and may not be feeling well, we ask them to stay home until they are feeling better, and then they'd be eligible to donate.
All right, and so is there a waiting period if you got your vaccine and you wanted to donate blood?
The only time people would be deferred for getting a vaccine, again, is if they're not feeling well, if they have a fever, if their hemoglobin levels or some of the other standard things that we check for during the blood donation process don't meet the FDA requirements.
And then why do you need to know what the manufacturer was?
We like to know what the manufacturer was because we like to ensure that those individuals who have received the vaccine have received one that is has received some approval from the FDA.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And so I want to ask you this because we're getting this question. Can a type 2 diabetic donate blood?
Yes, as long as an individual is feeling healthy and well on the day of their donation. There are some medications that individuals may be taking that would eliminate them or defer them rather from being eligible to donate blood. But in general, as long as someone is feeling well and their condition is under control, they're eligible to donate blood.
Okay, because type 1 cannot donate blood, but type 2 can possibly donate blood. And it says, what blood types are most desired?
We like for everyone who is eligible to donate to give blood. But type O is the universal blood donor. Type O negative is what doctors reach for at the time of an emergency when they don't have time to figure out the blood type of the patient who they're treating.
Because O negative can go to anyone and everyone.
Yes, it can be transfused to a patient of any blood type.
Okay, so someone says, can you donate if you are on a blood thinner?
If if you are on a blood thinner, we would advise you to speak with your physician first. In general, those individuals who are, that's one of the medications that people who are taking, we would advise them to consider another way to give back to the community, whether that's just by spreading awareness about the need for blood donations, or maybe asking a loved one to donate in their honor.
Okay. All right. And this question is, how long after major surgery, says like a back fusion, can you give blood?
Again, that's something that depends on the individual. We would ask them to check with their physician, their healthcare provider. They'll be able to tell them whether or not, based on the medications that they may be taking or where they are in their recovery journey, whether or not they are eligible to donate.
Okay. All right. So we've got a couple of questions in the queue that deal with when people have visited certain places or where they were born or whether a cancer diagnosis figures in. We're going to answer those questions when we come back. Remember, you can text your question in 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.